All right, we are recording. I'm Rich Erickson. I'm a 5th and 6th grade humanities teacher in the Denver area. Getting my master's in secondary English education.
Very cool. I'm Kelly. I am a 6th grade teacher, presently teaching science mostly, one section of ELA. And this is my class that I need to finish for my master's in diverse contexts.
Nice. I'm Laura, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for about 9 years, and I wanted a different career. So I'm working on getting my master's in information and learning technologies, become a school librarian. So
very cool.
Yay. Actually, one of my favorite things on this site, on the Chicago part, is about creating your own library. So I'll show that in a minute when we're talking.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
I did too.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's one of the activities, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what do you think of the youth network here?
I like it. I think this program seems awesome. I love what they've done and incorporating it in the library and how they're helping the students get up to speed in digital technology. I think it's just a fantastic program.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really cool how it has a focus in urban education. So I don't presently teach what you might consider urban kids, but I have in the past. And one thing I thought that they really kind of lacking was that how school was going to benefit them. So the fact that they have these after-school programs in just different contexts to help them kind of marry what they're learning in school with their actual passions and with technology. And then making that technology available to them was really quite cool. I'm kind of jealous that Chicago has it and Denver doesn't.
Yeah, and I thought the best part about this is the connection with so many companies, the library, and a lot of public entities, how many groups are involved in doing this, and how much information is actually on this site, and activities. And I was wondering how they created so much, for the kids to do. And it sounds like they've been doing it since 2010 or something. So,
yeah. Well, and having done it for so long, I'm surprised other libraries haven't jumped on the bandwagon too, and kind of taken, especially because pretty much, I signed up for an account just to kind of see if that would change how I was doing things. I actually signed up my husband on the account, but made his birthday like he was a 6th grader, and just kind of see what you could do. And anybody could do it. So I'm not sure why the libraries around the country aren't partnering together. Why, like even the federal government libraries and Library of Congress, why they aren't jumping on this bandwagon to kind of get everything, because there are resources from MIT on there. I was trying to think of some other ones that I've seen, but MIT was one that stood out to me, which is a script writing app, which I didn't realize they had. I've used MIT's Scratch before, but I didn't realize they had programs to help write scripts. And as well as an app writing. So to create your own app, which those are just readily available through MIT and are free anyways, but I never knew about them. And it was kind of cool that they're on this network to where anybody's able to get them. So again, why aren't more people using this is my question.
Yeah, I don't know if it requires the people who started this, you need a group to manage it and put it all together. But I don't know why hopefully they're looking to expand it,
Yeah.
Get the whole idea out there, because they've built a pretty incredible product here.
Can you say what that was again? Because my internet got really choppy.
Oh, whoops.
And so I had to change my internet connection. So I missed some of that. So what were you talking about?
Me?
Yeah.
We're just talking about how I hope they're looking to expand it. We're talking about why other cities aren't doing this.
Doing the program that they're doing in Chicago?
The whole website and the connection with the libraries and
Okay.
why more libraries aren't jumping on this and districts.
Yeah.
Because they do have the one site that schools can sign on and connect with kids. Do you want me to pull it up?
Sure.
Pull up the site?
Yeah.
Share the screen with this.
Well, one thing I thought was so interesting is that when they were comparing Silicon Valley students to the students in Chicago, they were becoming more digital literate compared to the Silicon Valley students. I thought that was really surprising.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in that video.
That was on that video, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the video was on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yep, that one. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So that is inner city, but they're going beyond what students are learning in Silicon Valley. So.
And too, with that, I thought it was interesting in that video how they were talking about the different types of literacies. And I, as a teacher, am really kind of conflicted between what is necessary that we teach that's kind of old school, and then what is necessary that I'm not teaching because education is so old school. So what literary technologies am I not teaching that I should? And I was thinking about writing the other day because of my yearbook students, and they have to send out, and they're all sixth graders, so they're fairly young for yearbook kids, and they had to send out emails to their teachers to let them know that they're their yearbook representative, and like let them know when should they come into class and take pictures and things like that. And it was really surprising to me how many of those sixth grade students, which was all of them, didn't know how to write an email. And I thought to myself, here we go. This is something that we're not teaching. We're teaching them how to write essays. We're teaching them how to write narratives. We're teaching them how to type on Google Docs. But nobody's ever taught them how to write an email, how to have a greeting, and how to, essentially write a friendly letter, but without the date. But you still need something to sign off on. You still need to have paragraphing. You still need to do it in a professional way. But no one's ever taught them that. And it's one of those things too, where like that's digital literacy. If you don't know how to write in the digital age, even just on Google Docs or an email, then you're not quite literate. And I haven't done my job as a teacher. So during my next writing unit, I'm definitely going to have to teach how to write an email, because I was floored how long it took just to teach them how to log in and do an email.
Oh, interesting. But that goes to, when she was talking on the video, I thought it was very cool. When they're doing the libraries, they bring teachers in to watch kids and show them what they know. And I thought that was pretty amazing, because their digital literacy it's kind of very different than what we're expecting of them.
Yeah.
And how far can they go with it? And I think that's the whole key to this, and preparing these kids for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was talking with my husband too, and it made us kind of wonder, because he's also a teacher. He teaches 8th grade language arts, and it made us kind of wonder, how digitally literate am I? Through taking this course, I'm learning about so many resources that I should be using in the classroom that I was never taught before. And so we were kind of trying to decide, are our parents digitally literate? And do they need to be? Or is it okay that they're digitally more or less illiterate? And at one point in time, are you okay with that? And at what point in time are you not okay with that? And I guess for kids, certainly they need to be digitally literate. Don't I though? And even though my parents are in the workforce, don't they need to be digitally literate too? And isn't it a problem if they're not? I don't know.
I think teachers do need to be. I think it's helpful if parents are. Yeah, but definitely teachers. I can see that this class is really pushing me to become literate.
Yeah.
I've been lacking.
And it's funny, I see a connection between what they're trying to do on this digital youth network and what we're doing in the class. It's a lot of learning on your own, and if you want to find expertise in this, you go for it. But I love the mentor aspect then. If you learn enough, and this is more through like this city of Chicago here, learning, if you learn enough and do enough, you can be a mentor to someone else. And then eventually they'll pay you.
Yeah, that was really cool that they get that and that motivation and that on-the-job training, so to speak.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at education in a way of it has a larger, broader purpose than just because you're supposed to go every day.
And actually, I'm going to jump back here because talking about schools being literate, I looked a little bit at this iRemix that they do, and one of the keys is you use it in schools and teachers connect digitally to their students, a little bit outside of school and all that, and kids upload, to this. They do projects and upload to this, and teachers can comment and work with them on that. So I thought this was really a neat idea, and it's just different than how we do education now.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
I wondered how much it would cost to get it inside of a school and what the upfront workload is on that one, because that'd be something that I could totally get behind at my school, or even have my digital teacher librarian look into it.
Absolutely. And it sounds like they're hoping schools get involved, as a whole to use this. And I'm assuming they're not asking much money or anything because, it seems the whole goal of this project is just to get kids connected to technology and digital world.
I think the teacher librarians would be great for this kind of topic and putting classes out there for students to come to them. But I know there's a lot on their plate too, but it's definitely bringing digital skills to the students.
Well, and that's why I'm fascinated by this Chicago City of Learning, because it's there. I mean, it already has steps to help kids, and all these are written up pretty well, all these activities they can do. And they have connections to help. And I'm assuming mentors, and I haven't figured out how they involve mentors with all of this, but I don't know. It's a really good thing. Here's your redesign your school library. And that's through Chicago Architecture Foundation. So they have all these businesses that are now writing up these programs for kids to learn and connect with.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I still just don't understand why Chicago wouldn't want to branch out. And I mean, all libraries are connected through WorldCat. So why isn't WorldCat part of this? And you could have a WorldCat whole network of everybody being able to log into this, so that it's not just the Chicago City of Learning. But I mean, there's always a conversation in the United States of how far behind all the other countries we are in certain aspects of education. And here's a prime opportunity to no longer be so far behind. It's not about the Common Core standards, but how are we bringing our students into the 21st century? And here's a prime example of how to do that.
I noticed one of the dates. I noticed one of the dates on it is from 2014 too. So this has been around for a while, and I haven't seen anybody else doing this, which is kind of crazy.
You wonder
beneficial
if you connect with the Digital Youth Network, if perhaps, they're hoping maybe allowing starting of a new branches, I don't know who has to take control of this, if it's libraries or, through this project you try to get involved. It was so big, there's still so much to learn about it.
Right.
Yeah.
There was that, I don't remember exactly where it was. It was one of the parts of the Chicago, or parts of the Digital Youth Network, not iRemix, not the Chicago one, but the third one. I can't remember what it was called.
Here?
And they have one in Colorado, but it's way up north. Yeah, the U Media Network. I was kind of looking into that, and it has two branches up north. It's like Brighton and Thornton. But it's something that you can kind of run a startup on your own. And it was really unclear about how much it would actually cost to do it. And I only dove so deep into it because I know we were going to kind of focus on the Chicago thing, but it seemed kind of interesting. And again, something that I think would I mean, I'd put my tax dollars towards it. I don't know if anybody
Right.
else would, but like something that Denver Public Libraries could certainly take on, that would be so beneficial to many, many kids.
Yeah, and right there's science museums. So, I mean, there seems to be so many opportunities to do all these. Just quickly, I was looking at, to go back to the Chicago thing, I just think, I don't know, I'm pretty fascinated by the whole idea of, I thought this was a great one. What do you want to be when you grow up? Check out this playlist. And they give little challenges. And you can, once you accomplish the challenges, like a little writer, you can get badges for it. I just thought the whole philosophy was really good. The important part, though, is do kids have time?
That's a good question.
If schools aren't involved with this, do the kids really have time to be an expert in something and to complete all the activities required of them?
I don't know if they would. And I know where I live, I'm in Castle Rock, and it's big commuter area.
Right.
A lot of parents don't take their kids to the library after school. So they're underutilized here.
Right.
I can see in Denver that would work better, where kids after school could go to the library and explore these other digital media. But otherwise, I think it's important for teachers to get the students exposed to it, and maybe that's within every school library and the community libraries too.
Yeah, so I guess the big question is how to get it to kids, especially outside of Chicago, and how to involve people with this. And I'm very interested in looking into it and contacting the Digital Youth Network and seeing what to do with this, how to work with this.
Well, and the reason I never considered the idea of not having time is, so my school has band and orchestra, and 5th and 6th grade students go to band and orchestra, but because they're still elementary, that takes about an hour of a week. So they have a half an hour on Wednesdays and a half an hour on Fridays. I hate band and orchestra time because I can't teach during that time because I lose half of my class and I'm not going to catch up the rest of the half. So this year we decided to do coding during that half hour time. I mean, we whittled it down to just Fridays because Wednesdays we got it to where they're not missing class. And so I thought about just having the kids sign up for the Chicago Learning Network and have them, instead of doing coding, they can choose what they want to do, because right now we're just doing hour of code sort of stuff. So it's like Blockly. And most of the kids are flying through that. It's pretty amazing to see. And it's really cool how many problem solving opportunities they have. I mean, the first time they did it was kind of funny because they encountered a spot where it didn't work and they thought it was broken. And it was really turned out they hadn't coded it correctly. So it's kind of cool to see how easily they were able to, once I said, no, it's not broken, go try it again, they had to problem solve. And they actually don't talk to me for a whole half an hour because they're so engaged in it. And they've gotten through most of the modules. So I was thinking about using this Chicago learning thing as part of that ongoing part. And you get to choose now. Whatever's online, you can go for, because obviously we can't get to Chicago. But just trying it out that way and seeing what would happen. Because the badge idea is really cool when I was looking into it through what Mozilla does and then what the New York Times article was saying about it. It was kind of neat to see. And it also made me think too, how could we use those badges, especially in this world of standards-based grading? Like 4, 3, 2, 1. How much does that really mean something? When if I gave you a badge of, hey, you finally understand the chemical and physical properties and changes and the difference between the two of them, here's a badge. And then the fact that you could click on that badge as well as and see what questions and answers you had, like as actual evidence, seemed really cool too. Like, why are we still giving grades and badges? I don't know, but I'd like to try that next year.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's an interesting concept, for education. you're giving, I mean, a badge means you accomplish this. You are, you know, proficient at this. And if you want to be, what I love about this, you know, this website is you can go and be an expert at it too.
Yeah.
You want to keep going and learn that. And they give a lot of credit to, well, don't just stop at the badge, you know, go learn more and be better. And then you can help others. So I love the whole philosophy. It's impressive they've created it and they've done such a big job because it's big. It's in going through it, kind of fall down the rabbit hole of all the stuff they have here.
Yeah, for sure. It all made me contemplate my next career of like joining the libraries and creating this for Denver. So see what happens.
Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing how to get this here, for sure. At
All right.
the very least into my school.
Yeah, we'll work on it. You and I, we can contact Denver, get them involved.
I think we do need to, yeah. So,
yeah, all right. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Any final
Send them an
comments?
email. You
What's
could
that?
send them an email with the link. Start sending it out to the people who run the libraries.
Right.
Write the email properly.
Yeah.
We have so many tech companies. Yeah. With so many tech companies in Colorado, I mean, even one of our largest exports in Colorado is microchips. So why aren't we, like, all of that money could certainly go to help create digital literacy, and then right there you're already building your workforce. So it seems like an investment to invest all of that in youth, especially with all of the companies that are coming to Denver that have already been established here. And especially to get the Denver Museum of Nature and Science involved, which is wonderful, but it's not as necessarily accessible to everybody all the time. You could create small little networks around the city to really dive in and really get that science aspect in there. I mean, there's so much potential. All you need is backing and crowdfunding and all that.
And time.
And time.
And time. And that is a big one, yeah.
Doable.
Which is why I think schools need to be involved and schools need to be connected to this, you know, and this was to expand school as it is because it wasn't helping enough people.
Yeah.
Preparing people for the future. And yeah, I think teachers need to be involved in this too because I do think we're way behind.
Oh yeah.
In terms of teaching.
I think so too. Just in taking this class, I've been forwarding a lot of the videos and articles to my husband, but also to the library media tech that I've been working with, just to show her, because she's, you know, a little bit behind in the digital technology too. So there's a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we're in a good spot though, because Chicago's already taken that piloting aspect out of the way for us. So we can just take and copy what they've done, right? Don't reinvent. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, they built something really positive and strong here. So
yeah.
Any final comments, thoughts?
Thank you. It's fun.
Thanks. All right, I'm going to end the recording here.